Classy finish. It could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
However they tried to stand in his way, he just was not to be denied.
Demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
He's put himself now in position to compete for the top scorer's title. Leicester trail at this early stage. How will they respond? Has gone out. Leicester are the most prolific team in the league this season. Tries to get it forward quickly. Just brushed off the ball there. And it's Loftus-Cheek. Looks to slip it through. Loftus-Cheek concedes a free kick for that. Courtois gets it upfield. Leicester were imperious when the two sides last met, and the fans are asking for more of the same. Played out to the wing. Loftus-Cheek. Surely he goes for it! More than... In he goes again! Sticks it away!
Oh, listen, the writing was on the wall. It looked like this was going to happen, and it has. Leicester are so well practiced in the art of keeping the ball through, wonderful passing and movement, and a real appetite to ensure it's reflected in their goal count.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Yeah, it's a very good contest with two very good sides, and with such great individual talent on show, it could go either way.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Cesc Fabregas. Looks like a good ball through. Loftus-Cheek gets into some space. Vardy with a shot! Jamie Vardy is having a party! And the game is well and truly turned on its head.
The first touch was absolutely heavenly, and
Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Leicester come roaring back in quite some style. We've got a very different game now. The midway point of the game.
Oh, what a half. It's been pulsating and totally absorbing. We're actually headed for a potential classic if this carries on. This is insanely good.
Leicester leading by 1 in a finely poised game. It is intriguing to watch and could easily go either way. And we're already back underway here. Gomez picks it up from the goal kick. Giroud with a long pass out wide. Ball's gone out of play. Chelsea making consecutive changes here. It's going to be another throw. Out to the left it goes.
Oh, it's good stuff. This is better.
Diego Costa shoots!
Oh, it's die-hard defence and the willingness to put his body on the line. Very impressive.
Shots on!
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Aimed in towards the centre.
Leicester are clearly looking to kill this game off. It's keeping the ball away from the other end too.
Dinks one in. He's got away. Diego Costa. He's had a shot! Goal! And surely that does it! Perfect time! Decisive! There is the final whistle. What a match, what a comeback. That is how to respond to adversity. Truly deserving winners. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Leicester certainly produced a lovely blend of flair and industry to earn a result that was fully merited for me.
So before we go, many thanks to Jim Beglin for his input, and from us both, good afternoon. So we're down to the last four in Europe's Premier Club competition. We are breathing rarefied air. This is almost as big as it gets. So off we go then. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
I would say the Croatian Dario Srna. He's been captain material for a number of years now. Very neat and tidy.
And Vardy! In for the follow-up! And he's poked it home! He was really quick to react to the initial save, and he has his reward.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
Leicester take the early advantage. Panucci. Costa, played out to the right. He's left his man. It's broken loose. Gets up to head it. And the follow-up. Loftus-Cheek. And another time. Rudiger. 30 minutes gone. Leicester scoring in the first. Shapes the shoots. He scores! And they are disappearing out of sight. Just so calm under pressure.
Oh, this fella's as slippery as a Neil, the way he freed himself to score. I mean, for that defence, it was a case of now you've got him, now you don't. Brilliant.
His second of the game, and an eye now for the hat-trick. Leicester have a couple of goals without reply. It's 2-0.
Well, at 1-0 this contest was still nicely poised, but now that it's gone to 2, mindsets are affected a lot more. Winning belief one way and that losing feeling the other.
He's done well to tidy up the situation. That is going to be the final action of the first half. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength?
Leicester in control at half-time, 2-0. If you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. Var hits one! And he's there to make a great save.
Well, as Tesco, Peter, the keeper has just received an A+ grade.
And surely that settles it. And however many surrounded him, that is what he can do.
Well, I think that defence there thought they were in good position and they had him where they wanted, yet somehow he's worked a scoring position when it didn't see him on. It's really crafty business, that.
Has a swing at it! No, he's missed it.
Well, I think a little eagerness just got the better of him. He may have been thinking about back page headlines there.
Oh, he really wanted that.
Yeah, he's been at the centre of a lot of things, hasn't he? Mostly good, I should add.
Plenty waiting in the middle. That intervention was very necessary.
And it's Vardy. Vardy plays a clever pass.
Big chance! Superb from Diego Costa! More and more and more and more! They are running riot! Well, he was never going to miss from there. So much to aim at.
It's almost criminal to see a defence fail to identify someone who thrives when it comes to shooting stats. They knew, and yet they didn't heed, and they've paid the price and deserve to.
He snaffles his third, and that earns him the match ball.
That defence must be sick of the sight of him. He's been persistent and ruthless all game. He just hasn't stopped working.
Leicester tear their... Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Leicester felt they had to win at home, and win they did. It is they who take the initiative and head onto opposition territory on the front foot. The second leg of this penultimate stage of the UEFA Champions League. They are on the cusp. For the winners, the final. Well, the old saying goes that football is a game of two halves, and this semi-final is no exception. We are, in effect, at half-time. So it's down to business here. Leicester arrive here having won their home leg. They appear to have 1 foot in the final. If you consider the margin of victory, it would take something fairly crazy to blow it from here. Gets it upfield. He's left his man. He's had a go! And that's caused a worry or two.
A more than decent attempt, Peter. Well, the first attempt hasn't quite drawn first blood, but they've got a slight edge.
Thuram. And it's Diego Costa. Tries a through ball. Leicester still to register a shot on target. Timely intervention. Costa looks to get on the end of this. And he's shown him a clean pair of heels. That's one way of trying to make things happen. There's a few who could follow that example. He goes long. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside.
I thought he might just get the benefit of any doubt then.
Thuram. Vardy. Ball's loose, who's getting there? And that'll go straight through to the keeper. Van Nistelrooy. Townsend. Chipped through. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Deftly done. Chance. It's Schneider! It's in!
Look, there are always tactical adjustments for any coach to make at half-time, but when your star man gives you a critical lead just before the break, everyone will be paying extra attention. It really is the ideal tonic.
Well, from right in front of goal, there was no way he was going to miss.
There's the obvious danger man here, and yet he was afforded way too much freedom. I think he was gifted that goal. His reputation should have been warning enough for them.
Leicester. And the semi-final reaches halfway. So there you have it, a close-fought half of football, but one that still had its moments, but ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now.
Well, you obviously have to give credit to the front men for the half-time lead, but I think the midfield can really pat themselves on the back too. They worked tirelessly for me.
Leicester come in, having established that lead, a game where the narrative is, at least in terms of the scoreline, so far so good. Here we go again. Leicester carry a one-goal lead into the second half. And it's Nani. Savic. Tries lifting it over. Keeper's got good distance on that. Who's he going to play in? Hits one!
This defence just doesn't trust itself to play a higher line.
Frighten the people getting in behind.
Yeah, absolutely. It just opens up the opportunity of not only strikers getting behind, but the runners from midfield too.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact. Schneider is being picked on here.
Yeah, Peter, and it looks...
Costa! Superb from Diego Costa! 2 up now, and they are cruising. Well, he was never going to miss from there. So much to aim at.
It's almost criminal to see a defence fail to identify someone who thrives when it comes to shooting stats. They knew, and yet they didn't heed, and they've paid the price and deserve to.
There's going to be another change here. Rudiger. Brought forward. What does he try from here? Threw himself at it, but he's got it cleanly. Mata can hoist it clear. Schöner out towards the flank. Nani. Going for goal! The home support won't enjoy that.
Well, that's a real shame, because it could have led to a real momentum shift.
Checks on the touchline, a change about to occur.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart.
Heads it! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
He'll be fuming with himself for not converting. He could have killed it off.
This could fall anywhere!
Yeah, that's top defending and preventing him turning, which can open up many possibilities.
More than happy to take the muscular approach. Stuck out a leg for a good challenge. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Leicester booked their precious ticket to the final. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Yeah, they've grown in stature and confidence with every step, and one big step away from the trophy now.